Alright, this video is going to show you how to set up your lead capture page. Right below this video, you're going to find the WP Opt-ins 2.0 Elite plugin. All you need to do is click where it says download now, and the download will begin immediately for you. When you're finished up with this video and this page, way down at the bottom, you click here and it takes you back to your member start page. So what you do right now is simply continue on with this video and build yourself a really fancy looking lead capture page.
Hello, this is Derek Van Dyke, and in this first video I'm going to show you how to install, activate, and configure your WordPress plugin. First, you want to click on Plugins, and we'll click on Add New, and click on Upload. Choose File. Find the zip file that you downloaded from the members area, and then Install Now. Once it's installed, then click on Activate Plugin, and you're ready to go. You'll see the WP opt-ins in the sidebar here. You want to click on that and set up your terms of service and privacy policy and earnings disclaimer. Okay, so these are all optional, and they will appear as links at the bottom of each page that you create. Okay, so if you want these three, that's great. If you want to create a contact page, this will create an empty contact page that you can add. You can download a plugin called Contact 7, and there's probably other ones. Just search for plugins and you'll find a contact form creator that you can use on the contact page. But the important thing about this is it tells the software, WP opt-ins, to add these links to the bottom of every page. So what you want to do is add your company name, or this could be your name, whatever you do business as, and you want to add a support link. Now this can be a URL to a support desk, or you can enter mail to and a domain name, okay, or an email address. So if you want to do the support desk, you want to start with http:// and the full URL to the support desk. Alright, so once you've filled out this form and checked the boxes for the pages you want to create, you just click Create Pages. Now on the next screen, you want to click to view the pages, and you want to edit each one of these pages. And you don't really have to go and edit in the HTML editor. You just do a quick edit, and you want to change the name of the page. Take this number out. That's just to keep it from duplicating pages in case you have to redo this. Okay, then you want to change this to published and then click Update. Alright, so you want to repeat the process with each one of these, removing the number, changing this to published, and then updating. Well, this one's already done. Let's see, we need this one. Now if you're going to add the contact form, you might want to just leave this as pending review or draft until you get that contact page set up. Okay, so now we can go look at one of these pages, and let me scroll this over so you can see the WP opt-ins template has already been selected, and this is the template that you'll use for all of your pages. And we can open this in a new tab, and you'll see the links at the bottom of each page. Okay, so these are all linked together. You got your support link, your contact page, everything's on this page, and every page that you create with WP opt-ins will have these links at the bottom of each page. Alright, now I'll show you how to create a basic squeeze page. you start with any page, and it has to be a page, not a post. And we'll just use the sample page that came with this, and we'll just get rid of all this text. And the first thing you want to do is scroll over and select the WP opt-ins page. Okay, make sure that's selected as the template. Okay, if you don't see this, then you'll have to go to the screen options and make sure that WP opt-ins is checked, and also your page attributes. Okay, this is the page attributes, and then down here is the WP opt-ins meta box. Okay, so you open that up if it's not already open, and before you put anything in this area here, you want to go down here and check which one of these layouts that you want. Now this is the classic squeeze page with a headline, subheadline, and an opt-in box. You can also do the sidebar where you have the opt-in box here, or you can do a combo where you have both an opt-in box here and long form copy with another opt-in box at the bottom of the page. Now the fourth kind you can do is the classic Guru Squeeze page I call the full screen, where you can upload an image and have your opt-in box in the middle of the screen. Okay, so once you've selected a squeeze page layout, and we're going to start with this one, and I'll go through each one of these in different videos, but for the basic squeeze page, you want to go between 700 and 800 pics, and that's the width of the table that's on the page. Okay, now the background color is set to an off-white. This is actually the color of the Warrior Special Offer website. So if you wanted to create a sales page with this, you can also do that, and you can just copy that image into the WSO. Alright, so the table color, I would stick with white or a light color like F1 or F7 or something like that, but I just stick with white for the background. You can add a border, and what this is an actual a border like this, like a line, a solid border. This is a rounded border, so instead of square it's rounded, and this will add a shadow. So we can try all three of these and I'll show you the difference. We'll go with the rounded border and add a shadow. Now if you're going to have bullet points, as you know, like on this one, then you want to select one of these, and what that'll do is when you create a bullet like this, it'll change that bullet into a check mark. So you choose either one of these or the arrow. Okay, now these are all color coordinated with your Johnson box here, your get free access, and your download buttons. Okay, so they're all the same colors. So that's why we've set this with just a few options, so you can create killer squeeze pages and even sales letters with just selecting the options here. Okay, so the warning text will create one of those red warning boxes. Okay, so that's optional. We're gonna pass on that for now. I'll show you what it looks like next time, but you can also use a video embed code from any service like Vidler or YouTube. You just copy and paste that embed code, and that'll show up below this content. Okay, so the way this works is I've incorporated Kufon fonts, and what that does is it's a JavaScript program that converts text into images, so it looks crisper and cleaner. So you have the option to just use a basic text headline, and you can format it with the H1 tag. But if you scroll down here and you go to your headline settings, you can enter a headline and a subheadline, and you can choose from different fonts, large sizes. This is you can have it normal, bold, italic, or bold and italic. This is the text shadow, so you have a small, medium, and large text shadow. And then this is the line height, and this is the letter spacing, so you can make your spacing closer together or further apart based on the font that you choose. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and copy and paste a headline, and you can change this anytime. and we have the subheadline. Okay, and we'll just leave the settings as they are right now. And another thing is, if you want to wrap lines, it'll automatically create a line break when you do this, when you hit enter on your keyboard. So we'll just leave it like this and see what it looks like. So these are the basic settings. You have to have an autoresponder form or it won't work. Okay, it won't even show. So if you want to use this as a sales page or a download page, then just don't enter any opt-in form settings, and you can use the headline, and anything you put here, like the bullet points, will be converted into images, and you can use your warning text. So you can use this as a landing page builder just as easily, and you can add video code, and we'll get to that in future videos. But what I'm going to do right now is go and get that opt-in form autoresponder code. Okay, I'm an Aweber, and this will work with any autoresponder, including self-hosted autoresponders if you do it correctly. So you're going to create a new web form. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You just use the default that they give you, and you'll just need the HTML code. Okay, now this is important because you want to add a custom page for your thank you page and your already subscribed page. So whatever you add here, unless you want to just take them to the straight to the default Aweber page, but I highly suggest that you take them to a confirmation page where they are told what to do next. And then if they're already subscribed, then take them to a different page, and you select a custom page with that. Okay, so let's just say we'll take them to wpoptins.com, and if they're already subscribed, we'll take them to the same place. So this would be your confirmation page, or if you're not using confirmed opt-in, then you just take them straight to the download page. Now, if they're already subscribed, then of course you want to take them to download, and if they're here, you want to take them to confirm. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, so then you go to step 3. Oops, forgot to save the web form. Okay, then you click on I will install my form, and this is going to be different for every autoresponder, similar for get response. But here's the thing, you don't want the JavaScript snippet, okay? Because this is going to create a custom form. So you have to use the raw HTML version. You don't need the pretty styles, but it doesn't really matter. So what you want to do is just highlight all this. You can use Control A and then copy it, Control C, or you can right click and copy. And then you're going to go back to the opt-in form settings and paste it. Okay? Done. Now your call to action is something like enter your name and email below, and then a privacy statement. Now this will be shown below the opt-in form. You can add whatever you want here. Alright, so then you click on one of these buttons, and this is just to choose the color. So we'll just go with the yellow, and then you also want to choose the text that's going to go on that button. So we'll use get free access. And let's see, by default these are checked none, which means these will not be added to your form. So let's just see what that looks like just as it is. Alright, so we're going to go up here and click update, and then I will open this page in a new tab and we'll check it out. Alright, so as you can see, it created images of the Kufan fonts. This is your title and subtitle. It took whatever I had in the editor and did that next, and since I didn't select the check mark, it didn't convert it. Okay, and then it created this opt-in form, and there's your privacy policy, and here's all of your links. Okay, so this is the border, and that's the shadow. So we can see what it looks like. let's use the arrow, and we will take the border off. Now I would use the border like if you were doing something like with a blue background and a white square page. It looks better without that. Now let's take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, let's refresh the page and it looks a little cleaner. Now let's take a look at, and also you can make these as big as you want. That's 48 pixels, and it goes up to 100, which is plenty big. And you can see what this looks like if we go, let's see, 54. And the cool thing is you can adjust this and the page width so it looks perfect. Now I just got lucky that this didn't scroll over, but yeah, see, if you want to go big, you can go big. Alright, so let's go back and we'll set this back to the default. And let's select the red arrow here. And now you have a different opt-in box. Okay, so you can mix and match. We can make that yellow, blue, and you notice the bullet is now a graphic. Okay, very easy to create squeeze pages. Now let's say we want to make the background a totally different color, and we'll go with a lighted blue, something like that. And let's see, just leave that, no shadow. We'll add a border and see what that looks like. I don't know if the pink matches. It's a little bright blue, but you can see how easy it is. Now notice also if you have the squared corners on the page, the box also is squared. If you round them, then the box rounds to match. One other thing I wanted to point out is that this has built-in JavaScript error checking. So I don't know if you've ever forgot to enter your email or something, or entered a wrong email, and you click the button and then it goes to Aweber and it says go back and fix it. A lot of people won't go back. So if you click on this, it tells you to enter your name, and then if you enter an invalid email, it won't let you continue until you enter a valid email. Alright, so I'm not sure if you can see, I don't think you can, but what I do for testing is to open that other page in a new window and then just go back and forth and hit F5. Okay, so every time I make a change, I update, I hit this tab, I click F5, and it refreshes. So now let's take a look at what the warning text looks like. Okay, so think of something real quick. Okay, so I just said download at your own risk. This plugin could cause a massive increase in your opt-in rates. Now another thing you can do, instead of scrolling up to click update, if you have a cursor in any box, just hit enter and it'll automatically save. Then you go click F5 and there's your warning box. Now you notice that I put too much text in there, right? So I don't really need download at your own risk. I could just say this plugin could cause a massive increase in your opt-in rates. I hit enter. I go to the page. Okay, let's see. So you can play around with that. If you want to have enough text to fill this up, you can keep going. But let's look at the video embed code. Okay, so if you don't want the warning text, just take that out, just delete it. Okay, so your basic video is going to be about 640 pixels wide. If you want a wider video, then you just use a wider table. And if you're using one of these templates, then you're definitely going to have to go wider because your video will be right here. Alright, so let's jump over to YouTube and select the video. Alright, so here's my WP Opt-ins videos from the previous version. So I'll just click on one of these. And below the video, you click on Share. And like I said, this will work with just about any video service. I'm going to copy this. Now, this is 960 pixels because this is an HD video. So let's say I wanted to put it in a 700 pixel squeeze page, alright? Or even smaller if I want to go with the sidebar squeeze page. But let's go 640, and we'll just copy and paste that into the video embed code box. And let's get rid of this and update. And refresh. And there it is. Okay, so that's how easy it is. You can create a killer video squeeze page in just a few minutes. Now I'll show you a few things about WordPress, about YouTube. If you want to get rid of this branding, and if you want it to autoplay, then you can just add a few things to your code here. And you can always make these boxes bigger if you want to. Okay, so you have your code here, and you have an iframe. Alright, so all you have to do is add, okay, this is related links, REL, and you use the ampersand and show info equals 0 and autoplay equals 1. Pretty sure that's how it works. And we'll update that, and this should play automatically unless I have it cached. Yep, there it goes.
Who else wants private label rights to a simple...
Now you'll notice that the branding is gone from the top, so you can't really get rid of this, but when it plays,
press plugin that create...
yeah, you can also make this menu disappear. And you do that by changing the controls. Where'd it go? And controls equals 0. Okay, I believe 0 will get rid of them completely. Yep, and it just has the YouTube brand here, but that gets rid of the controls completely. If you want to hide the controls, and you change this to 1, and if you want them always there, then you change it to 2, I believe. There, so the controls are there, and they
Who
should
else wants private label rights to a simple...
disappear. Yeah, they disappear if you set that to 1. Alright, so that covers just about everything for the videos. Let's take a look at the sidebar style, and we'll just change this back to F7, F7, F7. Let's make that white. We'll just go with FFF, FFF. Alright, so there's no table. You won't even see it. So let's go with 900 pixels wide and no border. See what that looks like. Okay, so usually you're going to use this type of layout if you're going to create something with more text on it than just a subheadline and a headline, and maybe the call to action. Yeah, it's one thing that you'll want to do if you're going to add bullet points and long form copy. So if it's just about this big, you don't need the combo. So I'd use this one for something short like this, or maybe if you had an image. And I should show you how to do that too. So what I'm going to do is create this page and show you what I mean. Now, you always want to have, when you create a squeeze page especially, you want to have this opt-in form above the fold. So whatever you have to do to keep that above the fold, whether it's take your subheadline out or make the text smaller or get rid of the arrows, you want to push this up the page so it's visible when people load the page. They don't have to scroll to see your opt-in form. That's very important. Okay, now remember the Kufon font, the headline down here is what's going to show up here, and then if you want a subheadline, you can do that too. But everything here in this area is going to come from the editor. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some text from a page, and this is one that I created as a template, and I'll just copy this and just paste it right into the editor. Okay, so you can see you need to make these bullet points. Now it won't work with the numbers, it's got to be the bullets. Okay, and it's got to have a return to make them bullets, or obviously you can just type them in. But this is what you want to do. Okay. Now WordPress, if you copy and paste some text, a lot of times it will automatically wrap it. So like if you want this on a separate line, but I'm going to just go ahead and okay, I'll put a line break there, and obviously you can make things bold. You can download the Tiny MC Advanced if you really want to get like highlighting and things like that, but you also have you can set the font color for anything in here. Now remember, all of these are going to be replaced with one of these check marks. Okay, so we'll just use this one, and we got the video embed code. We'll just take that out for now, and let's see. Okay, we'll go ahead and leave these in, see what it looks like, and we'll go with this and this one. Alright, so we'll update that page, refresh. Alright, so now you have a 2-column page. Now notice how this doesn't wrap right. Okay, let's say we want to make this look better. Now we're above the fold, we're good there. This is on 2 lines, and notice how the line height isn't quite right, so we're going to change that. And that's one thing I forgot to mention. As the bigger your fonts, the letter spacing and the line height is going to make a difference. So let's go ahead and change that, and we'll make this say. So you can play with 2 options here. You can or factors. You can change the font style, the font height, and everything else, or you can also make the page wider or more narrow to make that headline wrap correctly. So let's just go with 72, and we'll make this a little bigger too. And you'll get used to this after a while. It'll become real easy. You'll get combinations that you can use. So let's make this -1, and this line height 100%, and we'll just go with 0 on this. I failed to mention right here is the order of which these appear. So select font family, that's the font family, the size, the font weight, bold, italic, text shadow, line height, that's how the spacing between lines, and then this is the spacing between characters. Okay, so let's go ahead and update that, take a look. Okay, perfect, I hit it right on the nail. Okay, this is still above the fold. Now let's say we want to get rid of that free access, then we just hit none, update, boom. Okay, so as you can see, this is very flexible, but let's say you want to add a video here. okay, and just take all this text out. Now, we're at 900 pixels wide. The video we had before was 640, so we'd have to go with a smaller one. This is about 300 pixels, this area here. So we have about 600 pixels to work with, minus your padding here. So we'd go with 480. Okay, so let's change this to 480 by 360. And we'll copy this and go ahead and take all this text out. And we'll paste the video embed code here and see what that looks like. Okay, there you go. Okay, if you want this, let's see what it looks like with the border around it. And we'll just add a shadow, white on white. There, perfect. Yeah, so if you wanted, let's say you were at 800 pixels and you really wanted to do the 640. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is increase the size of this, about 1,000 pixels. And we'll just paste this embed code there. There you go. Okay, so now you could do a few things. You can get rid of this so your video is up above the fold. You could add, let's go with the blue, and we'll get rid of this. So it's real flexible. You can just go through and just change things instantly. Okay, now this is up further, your video's set, and you're good to go. Alright, so let's see what the shadows look like. Okay, so we have text shadow here, and we'll go with, it's a pretty large text, so we'll go with the medium, and I think I like that better, and we'll go update. Or see, now you have a drop shadow around your text. And that's how you create killer squeeze pages. Alright, that's it for this video. In the next video, I'll show you how to create a squeeze page that looks like this.